No. We had 24 subscribers. We had for a brief window. Guess how many we have now? We have 23. Now, what have I told you about unsubscribing? It's like you might as well just be taking a knife and stabbing me in the chest when you unsubscribe. It's like you're killing a little piece of me. You can't unsubscribe ever. I mean, I know you don't like the profanity on occasion, and some of the thoughts I put out there are probably woo-hoo-hoo, but you're here. Stay. Let's ride this train together. Yes. It was called the Tijuana Taxi. Monogram Models put out a lot of fantasy cars back in the day, in the 60s and 70s, based on real fantasy cars. Can I say it like that? Case in point. I know the women are like, oh, gag me with a spoon, right? And case in point, and then I'll move along. Deora. Either you know that name or you don't. But if you do know that name, you know Hot Wheels. Yes, a mispronunciation of gold in Spanish. Dang it. And I just had it, senior moment. Because I'm thinking Deora now. The little girl says what is gold? Oro? Whatever. But it's not Deora. But the little girl mispronounced it. The same way they got the word for Super Bowl. The guy, I don't know whoever the commission was at the time. Daughter was like, had this rubber ball. It was like, it's my Super Bowl. Yeah, that's how you got the name for Super Bowl. See? You should subscribe to my channel and just stay here because I need you to feel better about me. I see the subscribers. It jumped from like 16 to like 24. And then it was probably because it was a short that I used with little pretty animals to lure people into my den, the bear's den, so I could consume them. And then just as quick as a wink, it went from 24 to 23. So I'm like, I must have lured somebody with one of the cutesy-wootsy shorts of the animals. And then they must have listened to one of my tracks. You see? And they went, oh, he's bipolar. I gotta go. That was for you, doctor. Yeah, man, I built this Tijuana taxi. You want to talk about cross-branding before it was even, talk about Star Wars and all that money they made on the toys, and I'm sure they did. Well, they used to sell model car kits, and in the box, there'd be a Hot Wheels car of that same model that you're building. Now, you tell me that's not some clever stuff right there to hook these kids. These young boys, most probably, 10, 12 years old. Well, I was 5-ish. 6. Maybe 7. No more than that, though, I don't think. And I remember I must have stolen my brother's glue to build this model. It wasn't no snap tight, quote unquote snap tight. That didn't exist. So I probably stole my brother's tube glue testers before I realized you could huff it. Yeah. With a sock, and you pour the whole tube of glue into the sock, and then you put the sock in another sock in a plastic bag, and then you breathe it. To get high. Yeah. So I built this kit this monogram model Tijuana taxi. And I want you to picture something like, and it probably comes on the tracks of this goat, the shorts I put up to lure people into my den. And so I'm thinking Hispanic, and so probably that generates it. The brain is linear, you go from thought to thought, you really do, unless you're insane, maybe. But you still have to go from one thought to another, right? Even if it's, I got to use the bathroom, it's a thought. Okay, so I built this kit, and I was young. 4, 5, 6. I want to say I was 5 or 6, just beyond kindergarten. And I got this thing together. I can still see it sitting on the desk in our bedroom in the apartment. I can't really see it so much as I can see, much like that can of beer in the refrigerator I told you about many, many tracks ago. All I can see is the warm, glowing light around it. The desk lamp, the lamp on the desk. I was proud of myself. Now, I'm sure there was more glue on there than plastic. I'm sure there was more glue. I'm sure I melted a few of the pieces, tried to get them together. I'm sure. Child. But in my mind, I had completed it, and I was like, okay. And it's funny because as I think back on that memory, you know how I've touched on the arrows in your quiver, the attributes or talents that you just normally you're blessed with, you're born with, like beyond your physical appearance. Thank you, John Mayo. Very cogent thought. Yes, I give you props again for that. Congratulations on being beautiful, something you had absolutely nothing to do with. Congratulations on telling me that you speak 5 languages. That really warms me up to want to get to know you better when that's the first thing you put in my face. Speaking about online dating. Yeah, the first thing you put in my face is not an olive branch, but a challenge. Yes, I'm sure many good, wholesome, long-lasting relationships can be based on that. So yeah, I built this Tijuana taxi, and I know I had more glue on there than plastic. It didn't matter, because in my little tiny brain, in my world, I was like, oh yeah, I built that. I'm not a musician. I've said that before. It's just not me. I don't, Could I have been a musician? Could I have been a good basketball player until that kid slammed me in the face basically with the basketball? He didn't slam me in the face. This high school kid. I'm a child. Took the basketball and threw it at me and said, here, get your own day or something. So you see, much like not being able to spell, I was assailed by an older person. And I made a decision. I said, fuck basketball. This is a stupid ass game anyway. Oh, you touched his wrist. Yeah, it's an American invention, all right. Look what we did with football. Football is the correct pronunciation, by the way. Football. Look what we did with that. We just bastardized the shit out of that. Yeah, well, we're Americans. Fuck you. We do what we want. We don't have any culture. Every bit of culture we have, we took from you. whether you be Native American Indian, whether you be South American Indian, whether you be a Russian poet or philosopher, we took it all from you. We have no culture. We're bastards. And we currently are Rome. Sorry, I'm going way off. So yeah, I built this thing. Could I have been a musician? Could I have been a great basketball player? I don't know now. All I know is I look back on that memory from some of my earliest abilities to formulate memories, and I think, did God say, so be it? Yeah, you're good with your hands. You cogitate and solve. So be it. And was my die, my lot, my kismet cast there? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. If I picked up a guitar or a banjo or a little ukulele or something, and started to play it, would I have found a propensity, an aptitude there? I don't know why I never really pursued music. It didn't interest me. Basketball certainly didn't. Between that memory and the memory of the dog, the huge dog. I threw the basketball at him. I'm fucking better at the basketball than me. And what does Ricky do? He yells at me. This much older boy for getting his basketball destroyed. This dog took in his maw, he took the whole fucking basketball and just grabbed it and ripped it and shredded it. Oh, but I was in trouble for giving the dog the ball. Yeah, you can probably see why I don't like basketball. Yes, there are bad memories associated with it. The Three Faces of Eve. The therapist was so patient with the patient, and slowly crept into her mind, the Three Faces of Eve, and was able to draw out the singular memory which had set this character on this path of forgive me, schizophrenia, multiple personality. That's all I know how to say. I'm a layman. But I know how to say chronoclastic infundibulum, and I know how to say delirium tremens. You like that one, didn't you? Delirium tremens. That sounds like something from fucking sci-fi. What is that? The snakes in the ground that come and get you. What's that? Quivers? Oh, I'm close. Quivers? Tremors, maybe. So yeah, is it any wonder that I really don't have a fondness for basketball? I don't think so. I forgive myself there. I just never understood, because I like music, but it was not defined. There it is. I spoke of madness before and how it attracts me because of its non-boundary, aspects. I guess with music, it's that same thing, but yet I look at it and go, but I can't replicate that. I do not wish to create that. It is not well defined. Much like those instructions for putting that model together, that Tijuana taxi, that I could probably barely read, but could certainly look at the pictures. It was well defined. I do not dance. I listen to the music, and I let the music course through my body and remain motionless. I accept the music into me. I appreciate it. Many forms of music. But I have no desire to create it. I suppose I'm a builder. Over the years of fixing these wristwatches and clocks, I take great joy in stealing death away, even if it's only for a day. But I enjoy repairing that which is broken. As my Heavenly Father is doing with me on a daily basis. He is repairing. Oh, I'm in love with you. You inhabit my mind. It is good to be in love with you. Though I struggle with your authority, I give myself completely to you. My love. So, I don't know. I just didn't do the music thing. I guess I'm a builder. And it certainly seems to have come full circle, because between building that Tijuana taxi and my 23rd or 4th birthday, I destroyed a lot of shit. I destroyed a lot of shit. With Miss Ethyl Alcohol and her minions, her friends. Sitting at that workbench back there for all these years, I have restored that which was broken. As my master is doing with me. And one day I shall be very much like him. Very much indeed. I'm certain of it. I long for it. I pray for it. And less like me.